You were moved.
All right. I think that means the stream is good. So we are going to be going momentarily here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Swain Valley League after your wonderful moment of silence. I am AJS0 and going to be joined here for this matchup between Team Salt Shaker and Sharkbait HooHa. I am going to be casting with both 30 and the Xmas tree for the first ever SBL TriCast.
Yeah, baby.
Hey.
So this game, pretty exciting matchup we've got. We've got first place and second place going at it for a chance to either secure a 2-game lead for first place or to tie it up if you're Sharkbait. So this should hopefully be a very competitive game.
Yeah, I have a feeling Sharkbait really wants this win today. They really want to be the first to dethrone Salt Shaker and to go into that first place spot.
And I also feel like Sharkbait feel very disrespected this season because they're only a game back, but no one's talking about Sharkbait like they're talking about Salt Shaker.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So these bands and first picks all going through very fast, all the way down to first pick Lulu for Salt Shaker, which I'm not too surprised by. That's a big denial pick from Sharkbaits.
Yeah, Madam Stripe, the Lulu main.
Yeah, all of these are pretty heavy targeted.
Yep, Kalista, Kindhosen ban. And Splinter, not able to play that Evelyn. Mr. Ruka, he's shown some pretty good performances on RA throughout the season, so that's also pretty good ban.
I think this might be one of the best ban phases we've seen all season. I think
just
there
by
have
the
been
bans
a lot
alone?
of just by the bans, because there have been some awful bans this split. In this game, these all really are logical bans.
Yeah,
And these are all power picks too right now. Those are all really good champions in the meta.
Yes. So, and more power picks coming out. We got Gragas and Alistar going over to Sharkbait, which, by the way, are playing Manlord the Miracle tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, the miracle.
He's undefeated, right?
I don't know. Did
I
he
don't
play
think
with
he's lost
Salt
a game ever.
I don't know when he played this season, if it was versus Salt Shaker or not. Who is he subbing in for? He's subbing in for Failed Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a level of intrigue.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love Alistar Grog's picks. Like, those champions right now are so incredibly strong. And you can play any comp around those too.
Yeah, all these junglers are like, hey guys, I want to try carrying. This Devour item's kind of cool. I like dragons. I'm going to be a bad dragon this game. Let me play Shyvana. No, fuck that. Pick Gragas. You can literally do everything for your team.
I was actually really surprised that they didn't grab Singe for Scotch. I know he's been playing him a decent amount recently.
I know Scotch really wants to play Singe, but I'm not surprised Master Splinter won't let him.
That's true.
By the way, I did just get confirmation Manlord is 1-0 this season. So, undefeated in the SBL.
At least the last two seasons.
Year.
I think Thrifty said that he might have lost.
Oh, yes, he's definitely lost. He was a starter in Season 1 on my team.
Yeah.
So
but, I mean, if the last two seasons, he played a lot of games in these last two seasons for being what we consider a sub.
Yeah, this is probably his 5th, maybe even his 6th game.
Yeah.
In these two splits.
I mean, that's why we tell everyone every single time, like, don't just, like, you do need to worry about your sub. You will play them.
Yeah, I think every team so far has had to have played a sub.
So, maybe I spoke too soon about that Shyvana. Are we going to see a top lane Shyvana or a solo lane Gragas coming out of Sharkbait?
I assume Shyvana before Gragas in a solo lane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to have to be. Damn, Madam Stripe does play Shyvana. I know he was a big Shyvana player back when she was, pretty meta, going that smite in the top lane.
I know, it's in Hover and Sivir.
Yeah.
It's a great pick against that team, honestly.
Yeah. You
It's
can
a
just
great
run away
pick.
from them too. Yeah, like there's not. As long as you stay out of Alistar or Headbutt Pulverize range, you can Sivir ult out of anything. or Sivir ult into things too.
And man, is that Malphite going to be able to go deep? Oh no! Don't do that. These guys have kids, man. Don't fucking pick a Vi and a Malphite. Sivir, Lulu. Oh my god, everyone's gonna die.
That's a lot of knockup.
Yeah, that's a lot of engage. That's whoever's playing Lucian on that team is gonna have to watch out, man. Yeah, and Million Babies actually, he's not going for the Leona, going for Thresh. I think he might have played Thresh so far this season as well, so that must be one of his go-to champs as well.
I mean, when you've been playing support for that long, you got to be able to play Thresh, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a very good pick. You can pick him blind. He works in every team comp. He's the Lee Sin of bot lane.
Speaking of Lee Sin, I'm so happy with this server move because this is our first week on it. Our first week back after the server move. And
Yeah,
I'm upset that TSM Wild Turtle lost this first game, but I think going forward, I'm going to be able to take a few more impressive Vayne matches.
And the last pick of the draft coming in from Adam Stripe will be Lissandra.
I actually like that pick quite a bit, assuming it's going to Viverets, which I believe it is.
Yep, and Lissandra got a buff this in 5.16. She now heals when she self-casts the ult on her.
oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, all the Lissandra mains, they love that.
So, although Blue Team Salt Shaker is rocking a ton of engage, honestly, Sharkbait has a lot of disengage too.
Yes, I really like that Lissandra pick. I didn't want to see like a long-range stereotypical mage like an Azir or a Victor, or even worse, like a Lux or something, because you're just going to get blown up. But Lissandra, you want to jump on her? Okay, she's going to just ult and stop your entire team. Lucian's the most slippery AD carry in the game. It's going to be really hard for all this hard engage to actually capitalize on something without outplays happening.
Yeah, and both of these team comps are straight up team fights. Like they want to just smash their faces against each other. It's gonna be an exciting match.
Don't guarantee anything. This is the baddie league.
All the signs are pointing to it. The top two teams. All of these are some power picks coming up for these teams. Not just like personal preferences, but just like strong picks overall. I would be very surprised if this wasn't a close game.
All right, let's throw an honor bet on it. Over and under 35 kills total.
Over.
Whew.
Between both teams?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Dude, Sharkbait's bloodthirsty, man. They want to win this game. They want to humiliate Master Splinter.
I guess between both teams, I can see it hitting over 30.
Well, I hope we're all right about it. Because over seems to be overwhelming favorites. So let's look at some of these other matchups we haven't talked about. I haven't really mentioned much about the top lane yet. Scotch not playing Malphite for what feels like the 10th straight week. And I know he is not a fan of playing that champion. And if we were right, we'd have a great little interview pop up in the corner of the screen right now. But he just really wants to play something else. And you know what you do when you're in the SBL? You keep playing the champion you win on every week.
Until it's banned.
Good guy, Scotch, or not. Gonna ride that Malphite straight to the playoffs.
Really hates Shen. I guess he's not a big fan of just those tanky top lanes with good map teleport presence.
Well, every top laner wants to be a playmaker, but every team wants a top laner to tank.
Every team tells their top laner, no, you don't make the plays.
So he's going up against Madam Strip Shyvana, of course. That's
interesting. I haven't seen top lane Shyvana since those smite changes.
Yeah, neither have I. I assume Strip's going to be pushing that lane a lot and looking for chances to teleport while the lane is pushed or to pressure a tower. He should have some advantage in that lane, especially in tower pressure. But, sometimes that's not what you want when you're against Master Splinter. especially on an early ganker like Vi.
Mm-hmm. Level 6. Yeah, top lane gank. Malphite ult into Vials. Very, very dead Shyvana. I would almost have to imagine Splinter would want to put the pressure top or bottom. I mean, you are ganking for a Lulu, and the Lulu's bringing in barrier, and you're going against Lissandra, who can just E out of any ganks. So I would expect him to be top or bot. Bot would also be a good thing too. Get Kainhosen going. Kainhosen's, he's been definitely one of the bigger carries on this team this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, just looking at these matchups, I really don't think we're gonna see many kills in straight laning phase situation until we see, real jungler intervention,
The dragon fight.
actual skirmishes.
Yeah, I'd agree. There'll be a couple kills in lane, but as soon as we hit team fights, it's gonna blow open.
All right, guys, you got to put it all on the line. Who wins this game?
Jesus, dude. I don't know. Like, I love the team comps for both these teams. I think they're really well balanced. They have damage threats. They have everything you need, and both these teams are really good.
What a fucking cop out. Okay, you know
I'm
what?
gonna say
Team Salt Shaker.
Salt Shaker's gonna win this game.
45 kills to 3.
You want to put money on that?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, my fucking knee-jerk reaction wants to say Salt Shaker, obviously because they're undefeated. Hew, fucking easy call, right? But I don't know. Fucking Red Team they want it, dude. They've been fighting hard every single game, and although Salt Shaker is the only team they've lost to so far, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
And
devil's
Manlor
advocate.
is a sub. Manlor is a sub. Just keep that in mind. But he's
Manlor.
He's
Because of
pretty good.
Manlor, I'm gonna give it to them. That Manlor magic, dude.
Oh, okay. You're saying the Manlor miracle is gonna come in.
Manlor magic. He's got this.
Yeah. And look at this. Both teams getting a little sneaky here, grouping up as 5.
No one doing any reach arounds though. They're just going straight in.
Yeah. No Miley Cyruses or Shia LaBeoufs today. And just a bunch of awards. What the hell?
That's a
Scotch
ton of
and
awards for that.
Alright. That's... They will know if Dub Jump starts at that gromp, but it looks like Sharkbait, they're still staying in that blue side jungle.
Wang, you need to get rid of the fucking jam select overlay.
Alright. Yeah, Dub Jump and Stripe, they have the ward down in front of that blue bush, and they want to try to get the blue buff early on. Salt Shaker, they're answering though. Splinter is at the enemy blue here, so it looks like they'll just trade blue buffs. Should we? Is the overlay fixed?
Nope.
Yeah, we should pause the game.
We do not have the power to pause the game, and they are 3 minutes ahead of us.
Okay.
User left your channel.
Apologies, boys. We are having a super shitty streamer, apparently. Hopefully trying to get this fixed sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I already messaged Master Splinter about getting this game paused. So this game should be paused about 4:45 at the latest-ish. There'd obviously been 3 minutes delay between when I whispered and when it actually pauses. Folks, please direct all your hate towards the Wang.
So since you can't see it, just give you a quick rundown. No kills yet. Honestly, pretty basic farming. 100 gold separate. Like, we're barely into this game at all, so you haven't missed anything yet.
Pretty much. So I'm going to try to do some great radio announcing now. These guys auto-attack some creeps. Occasionally they auto-attack each other. Sometimes they get real ballsy and cast spells.
User was moved to your channel.
30, I thought you were thrifty, which is why I was saying why.
Okay. Just making sure here.
We do actually get a good hook on the Wolf Hibs, Kavoth, Iro Hibs. And actually Scotch, oh Jesus, Scotchshot gets first blooded. And I think that'll be in time for the stream to catch.
And we are going to message them and tell them to resume the game because
just messaged Master
now...
Splinter, so
perfect.
We are.
Sorry about that, guys. Got that all fixed.
I think we were just missing our actual in-game overlay, and then we are set to go. And
He never
before
does
this.
that.
Before
That's
this
okay.
pauses,
At least they can
right
see.
before first blood on the stream. That wouldn't make any sense.
Are you guys at 4 minutes and 41 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Oop. So we do have Stripe up here in top lane. Oh, and he's going on Scotchnaut now, and Scotch immediately burns Flash.
So Scotch down a first blood, down a flash. This could quickly turn into a Madam Strip takeover up top.
I'm surprised he still had Flash if he got first blooded already.
Alright, so a hook onto Manlore, who's going to casually walk up for a double knockup and then walk out. And there we go.
Okay.
This would be the 3 minutes behind when we asked for a pause. So,
yeah, so this is honestly for us to get our shit together. So this will be resuming within about a minute, I believe.
I think it might be closer to 3.
Hmm.
So, you know what? Let's talk about this season, because nothing's really happening in this game. We've already talked about this game a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, not looking like there's going to be quite the race for the playoffs that we had last split. If I was putting money down, I would say the current top 4 teams are going to playoffs.
I would agree.
Yeah, it seems to be that's the case. It's just a matter of how they're going to seed, really, into the gauntlet.
Yes, which the playoff format is changing from last season. We're adopting the same format as regionals, or how Korea used to function. Korea's current playoffs function. So there is a lot of priority in getting that high seed, because only after playing 1 best of 5 is usually easier than playing 3 best of 5s. You know, if you're a team with a lot of talent, you should be able to take out a Cloud9 team that's still busting out the shell of the man formerly called Balls. But fortunately for storylines, sometimes we see 4 seeds win it all.
Yep.
The dream. The Cloud9 dream.
Okay, can we just talk about how great Cloud9 is until this pause is over?
Yeah,
I can do that.
You want to circle jerk?
I'm
that?
down.
I absolutely
I'd
do.
love to.
All right.
Okay.
Let me tell you guys about one of the greatest players in Western League of Legends history, Iki Castro. Back in the day, back in Season 3, I made fun of him for looking like a lesbian, said he was the best girl in the league scene. But you know what? This man has straight up stole my heart since. And on that note, we are getting back into this game. Thank you for all of the patience, folks.
Sneaky is me malicious. I love it.
Alright, so the only lane with any real farm difference is barely any. It's about 7 on top lane, or in mid lane. Everything else, and I guess about the same amount top lane too, but everything roughly even. Obviously can change, that's just like one wave of minions.
Yeah, but over the whole map, we're looking at about a 600 gold difference. Most of that coming from Madam Strip's first blood. And one thing I love about watching Manlore the Miracle play, he gets so many just headbutts. Oh! And Manlore the Miracle goes for the Flash Pulverize, completely misses, and Drum walks out of bot lane.
It was very
disappointed.
close, but the problem was Dub was in that bush, that river
In the-
bush,
in
and
the
it was
ward,
already
yeah.
warded. And it was already warded, so they were already being careful. And that flash, that mid splash headbutt or pulverize was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, that's really the thing with a player like Manlore. He's just a free spirit who's going to do what he wants. Sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I like the play. I like the gank setup. It's just that it was poorly executed.
Yeah.
But a lot of trades
Stripe-
going on in bot lane.
Yeah, and top lane. Stripe is under half health at this point, but still pushing in. I assume he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna recall and pick something up because he's sitting at 1600.
Probably going into that Bork that's Mosul and Shyvana's love.
Yep, there's that Cutlass pickup.
And picks up a pink ward right away.
Yeah, that's big.
important, boys.
Early pink wards are so crucial.
That's a pink and no greens, so we'll see where he chooses to place that.
So Vi can take early dragons, correct?
Yes.
Relatively, yeah.
So we should be expecting a dragon attempt fairly quick here?
Maybe. I feel like Splinter's gonna put a little more emphasis on ganking. And
Oh,
no
but
jump.
here comes a
and
good
there's
fight
some
over the
going in.
wall. Mitsurugi getting stunned, but there comes Master Splinter. Now he's getting snared up. A double knockup though, and Dump Drop splashing defensively. He's barely making it out of this one. And here comes Madam Strip collapsing way before Scott John. Vivaret flashes aggressively. He picks up the first kill of this fight somehow. And Dump Drum walks out of that with as little health as you can have.
Yeah, wow,
That
and that all
looked-
started from a blue buff.
Yeah, that looked really aggressive out of Dub Drum. I don't know. I don't think they knew. Oh no, they had a ward over blue. They knew Splinter was there. Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know if that word was there, but yeah, it was a good catch on the Lulu mid, but with Splinter being right there behind the wall, it was really sketchy. And Dump Jump, I mean, he probably should have went down there, getting out with just a scrape of health.
They did not know Splinter was over there. But I do believe they were just trying to catch him as he was going to blue buff. They were trying
Yeah.
to catch Mitsurugi.
And the kill went over to Vivaret, so that's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have your top Shyvana and your mid Lissandra with kills. This is a good start for Sharkbait.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a huge gold lead, but I mean, you take what you get early and you just roll it through with good decision making and good fights.
So hitting up some of these CS
So we are
leads again. That's turned into 18 CS at even waves for Madam Strip in the top lane. That's fairly substantial for 9 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, it is
that on
Shyvana.
top of the
She's
kill.
yeah.
Ooh, and very
Oh, a
nice
big
fight
fight in
going
the
on down
bot
bottom
lane.
here.
Iroh Hip actually has to choose to ult 1,000,000 babies, and a lot of damage going on to 1,000,000 babies, who's going to be able to flash out, and here comes a teleport on a Scotchanaut. Now Manlorn, both Hibs are very, very in danger. Hibs getting knocked off, Hibs flashing out, and now Scotch not being turned on. He takes a lot of damage, but he's going to just walk out of this. Strip trying his hardest to 1v4 before Dragon's descending out. And how does nobody die in these fights?
That should leave red team low enough and with not enough people so that Team Salt Shaker is going to go for this dragon.
Yeah, Dubdrome very far away. No reason for Sharkbait to start coming towards this.
Too
And
late,
this is what
though,
Salt
yeah.
Shaker does.
They're closing in. Vivaret's full health and blue buff here.
They have no way for Shyvana to get to this fight, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they were just sort of hoping Soul Shaker would sort of split up there and try to pick off Kainoas and her babies.
Yeah, and they were very low, so if they had gone up, they probably could have caught out one or two of them, but since they went down and the only one there was Alistair, and he was also kind of low. And low on mana, more importantly. And so he didn't have much he could do.
Yeah. But the thing that started all that bot lane fights, really, really intense, the 2v2 there, and they baited out a lot of summoner spells and ability cooldowns out of Hibs and Miracle. Good top lane teleport to come in, but not going to be enough to pick up anyone. Splitter was walking through the
Now,
lane wall.
Mitsurugi's actually getting all in. He gets Frozen Tomb. Now he gets a great explosive cast out of OG Little Saint. And 1,000,000 babies comes in to save Mitsurugi's life.
Wow, there's
That's-
so many close kills this game already.
That's some fantastic thrash play right there.
Are you guys
Yeah,
familiar with
because
string
he already
theory
had
at
the
all?
red ticking on him.
Because if this game is being played in 10 other universes, I imagine 8 of them have one of these teams at like a 5k gold lead right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
there should be much more blood.
But instead, Sharkbait just casually getting a nice gold lead, 1700 or so now. Although they are down the dragon, but that's not going to have any impact this early.
That's just a nice bonus.
And that's Death Sentence going to go a little wide, so the bot lane action about to slow down. But here comes Master Splinter in the top lane. Unstoppable Force is going to stop Madam Strip. And Assault and Battery about to come out afterwards, but we're actually going into this bot lane, it looks like, because Kainosen's got a on the hunt out of there, because Madam Strip was, of course, going to make it out of this fight. Big
What the
directional
hell?
camera.
What the hell? These health bars, man.
I like to, health is a resource where if you don't try to use all of it, you're not really
17.
using all of it,
Stripe made it out with 17 health.
Oh my god. Malphite, I have to eat my words there. I said in Champ Select, Vile with Malphite, that's a dead Shyvana. Apparently it means a 17 health Shyvana.
And that's pretty different. Unfortunately for Salt Shaker.
Dude.
And now
Manlord
getting
gets some
cooked.
decent damage on
And
him.
these AD carries just do such a great job as soon as their supports take CC of immediately engaging on the other AD carry.
Yeah, there's a lot of can going both ways down bottom, and they're almost dead even on farm. Ooh, but this is going to be a fight over a pink ward.
Yeah. Oh.
Manlord's going to
Good
stop
headbutt.
that fight before it can start. Kanhosen late with the spell shield there. Good play, AJ at 0.
Pivot getting a 20 CS lead in the mid lane there. He's already got the Morellonomicon completed. Lulu, Michiruki still working on the Athenes. Now would be the time to fight for Sharkbait. I think they have more power in their team comp right now.
Yes, both teleports are down, so keep that Malphite in the top lane where Strip is going to win that 1v1 by quite a large margin. That CS lead at about 35 now. And that's actually something we didn't really talk about in the pregame. When Strip gets this big, who slows him down?
Threshplay, box, Lulu ult. That's pretty much all you can devote to protecting Kainosen. Scotchnaut and Master Splinter have to go in and try to take out Vifred or Hibbs.
And there's not really any Shyvana spells you're going to spell shield either. Like, you're saving those
Master
for other
Splinter
stuff.
again in the top lane. And Scotchnaut gets the Unstoppable Force. Here comes Master Splinter.
Oh.
Very deep assault battery. Madam Strike knocked up and another kill, or his first kill for Salt Shaker. Master Splinter is on the board. Fool me once, it was bullshit. Fool me twice, it didn't happen.
I bet Master Splinter just sighed like the biggest sigh, like finally, man. He devoted so much pressure to this top lane and able to get a little more CS into the hands of Scotchnaut.
And they actually might get this tower out of it too, which would mean a decent gold boost for them.
Yeah, most importantly, I think, is that with this tower down, Scotchnaut's going to have chances to make plays elsewhere on the map a little more aggressively, which is what
important.
you need as a Malphite. You have nothing to gain by being in top lane for 15 to 20 minutes. If you can spend half your time roaming the mid lane, roaming to the enemy jungle, that's what Scotchnaut wants to be doing.
Yeah.
Something I do want to point out is all the pink woods, though, on the upper side of the map for Sharkbait. They got a lot of sight out here. Actually,
Yes,
a lot of
that's-
sight everywhere.
Yeah, Salt Shaker's sight is pretty atrocious right now.
Yeah, honestly, there's no way, like, besides the in lanes, which is the funniest part, because if they didn't have such huge CC for these in-lane ganks, there's no way they could have got ganked anywhere on the map. But because it's Malphite and Vi, you can't get away, even with those wards. And Stripe is actually going to get this top tower, so they're trading top towers. So I assume they're going to be leaving top lane real soon, both of them.
Now, Stripe could choose to just split push all day, though, if he wants to.
Yep, I think that's what he's going to choose to do, honestly. He's going to put a lot of pressure on that tier 2 if they see Scotchnaut towards that dragon.
I definitely think that's the best way to play this Shyvana early.
Ooh, Memler actually going
But, oh,
over
a
the wall.
lot of damage going on to Master Splinter. He's going to be stunned in place, and Master Splinter is that blown up!
That's something you don't see Master Splinter do a lot.
Well, that was a very nice headbutt by Memler,
Over the wall, yeah.
Over the wall.
He definitely didn't expect that. I wouldn't have expected that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, and look at the striking control for Sharkbait. Yeah, easy first dragon for them.
Yeah, you expect... Ooh, and actually Vibrat going over, but kind of having to get a spell shield that.
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunication there, but no worries.
Yeah, but when I'm playing against an Alistar, I expect him to headbutt me over walls, not to go over the wall with a headbutt.
Oh, and
Yeah.
after the Depth's going to come to Madam. He's taking a lot of damage, and all of Team Soul Shaker going, but they don't get the kill, and a million babies gets blown up, kind of stunned on the other side of the wall. He's being chased down. Scotchnaut picks up the first kill for Soul Shaker here, and Hibbs is going to barely make it out, but Scotchnaut is the sacrifice instead. A double kill for Iroh Hibbs.
So, I want to point out that the only reason that wasn't an
This
amazing
fight
fucking
not
call...
over, because Vibrat's going over the wall. Kai knows and don't think there's no shoot, but it doesn't matter. Vibrat turns into a little twirl, and he dies like a bitch. A double kill for Michirugi.
Oh my god. So for anyone who was watching, I hope you caught that flay from Thresh to
Yes.
cancel Shyvana ult.
Yes,
That was
dude.
amazing.
Oh my god. The Million Babies is just, he's coming up so big this game on the Thresh plays, man. That flay, beautiful. But yeah, they got baited in. Shyvana once again didn't die, and the fight extended out, and then Sharkbait still wanted to fight. They saw the opening on Kainozen, but Michirugi was there for the counter gank. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a kill lead for Sharkbait and a 2k gold lead.
They did lose 2 for the 1 though, so that was in Salt Shaker's advantage, I believe.
Yeah, over
Yeah.
the extended fight it was, unless you count the dragon that HooHa took. No, Soul Shaker took that. No, HooHa took that dragon.
Yep.
They're 1-1, so
So that's how long of a trade you consider that to be.
Yeah.
But now 4 pink wards up on the map for Sharkbait.
Yeah, that double kill for Michirugi, I think that's really big. It got him back into the game and try to be on the same power level as Vivaret.
Yeah, he needed that because he was down farm and he was down kills, but
Yeah.
that should put him back in this.
And Soul Shaker should have a really good chance to get some damage onto this mid lane tower. The only person close is Dubdrum. We'll see how aggressively Soul Shaker goes on this. And actually, a teleport is coming over to Madam Strip. And no bluffs here. Soul Shaker gets the hell off.
Yep, and that was just a straight up teleport to save the turret just by the threat of having too many people there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all right. At the end of the day, Scotchnaut still has TP down. You'd have to imagine they want to use Stripe down here. Nope, he's just gonna recall.
He's gonna go pick up his Blade of the Ruined King.
I didn't see where he teleported from. If he was like Ed base or something, that was probably good. If he was already pushing top, I would have probably preferred just trade second tier top for mid, but I don't know where he came from.
And
Still
as
the same,
always,
fuck you taking blue.
our good buddy Master Splinter showing you how to play the jungle.
Take all of it, it's all mine.
Oh man, I just gotta disagree with that. That just doesn't make any sense, man. Like,
Speaking of which-
Malphite or Lulu are way better with blue buff. Holy shit, dude.
As he takes blue, Vivred is given blue by Dubdrum, being a team
Oh.
player.
God, yeah.
Oop, Scotchnaut coming over here, gonna get caught by Vivred and Dubdrum. Getting slowed, oh, this...
Man on the Miracle
Oh,
actually get hooked. He gets played, he gets turned into a swirl, and Madam Strip says, come through me, bro.
Yeah, it looked like Scotchnaut, unfortunately we didn't see with the camera there, but he had to ult to get away from that. So Malphite ult is down, and the
big
siege
ult
for
down.
tier 2 comes.
And now Mandalore is going super ham. He's going to probably die,
He's
but
dead.
his team gets an easy turret.
Yeah,
Man.
he basically gave himself up in order to get that free mid turret, but with how
Yeah.
low their mid turret is, if they can't defend this, then that's just 1-for-1.
Yeah, I think it will be. They have 4
and then
strong
they'll
here
have
in
lost
a
kill
wave.
on top of it.
And They don't have a crazy amount of wave clear. Obviously, Lissandra's is pretty dangerous to use. Gragas's is pretty low damage. But
Oh, maybe not.
they
Good wave
still
clear.
have one wave.
Oh yeah,
Looking out.
I'm just thinking about this. Lissandra, Gragas, and Shyvana at that tower, they can wave clear for days.
But they have to be relatively close to do it. And Lucian is bot,
That's true.
so Salt Shaker knows they have one more wave of 5v3.
Yeah,
And they press their advantage properly.
So yeah, overall, trade 1-for-1 turret, and Alistar gives his life.
That was really good though. Like unfortunately they didn't take that tower fast enough. If that was a little bit lower, they could have re-engaged off all the CC that was blowing on Manlore.
True.
That would have been a great
Right.
fight because they were going into that choke point too.
And still a shit ton of side control here from Sharkbait, but actually Salt Shaker now starting to get wards in the enemy blue side too, so...
Yeah, it looks like it's all going to be up for this dragon.
So I'm really curious what's going on here, guys. I mostly watch the NALCS. That's my league of choice. I don't normally see so many people prioritizing this dragon objective. Is that something that's worth fighting for? Because it looks like these two teams are about to.
Yeah, yeah, dragon's a good objective.
I can't even think of anything snarky for that.
Yeah, no, I can.
I'm trying and I'm coming up blank.
7
Yeah.
seconds on the dragon. Sharkbait has a positional advantage, but Salt Shaker has Scuttle Crab.
This is actually a pretty big mid-wave coming with this backup coming right behind it. That might get some small damage or maybe even like half damage on that turret while they're fighting a dragon, so...
Sharkbait is actually currently pushing all 3 waves, but here comes a
teleport
deep
behind.
flank out of Scotchanaut. Here comes an on the hunt, but Kaihosen is getting blown up. He has the flash out, and now Vivaret is knocked up. Vivaret gets almost blown up, but a great Zadia's hours left, and now everyone is fighting on top of everyone, but Mitcharugi is picking up the kills, and this looks like Salt Shaker's fight. Kaihosen trying to put out damage, but Jump Jump gets on top of him. But Shyvana is tearing people apart. This is a 2-for-4 with Madam Strip running for his life.
That looked like some classic, like, no team fight direction to me. Like, the call was made to fight it. Oh my god, Stripe. Oh,
And
Stripe.
Mitcharugi goes deep for the ace. Wow.
I don't know, man. They had a really good focus on Vivaret. They Vi-ulted and Malphite ult just on him. That was literally just on him and took him out of the fight. I don't know why Kainosen didn't die though. That was remarkable in its own right.
After that Vivaret was blown, though, I have to assume that no one was calling out the targets afterwards, because it seemed like everyone was kind of doing their own thing. But that teleport behind him, very good use of that ward, the deep ward from Malphite in order to get behind them there. And I'm not sure, but I think Sivir was able to use their spell shield on one of the bigger spells rather than the smaller ones. I'm gonna replay that real quick.
Yeah, and somehow after all this, gold basically even. Just as one dragon lead.
Yeah, look at all this damage going on in the tier 2 here, and
That's gotta
Sharkbait
be
will
a
secure it
tower.
up. So we see in the first major team fight, Salt Shaker was able to win it, but as far as like going into a lane and pushing down the tower, the siege seems to be better for Sharkbait, and they have one more tower.
Yeah, I really don't like the way that Sharkbait's been utilizing Madam Strip for the most part here.
Yeah.
No one's going to stop him 1v1. Why is he not split pushing somewhere deep? Pressuring second tier towers.
Yeah, especially that dragon fight. I looked at top wave and it was just balanced equally, like in the middle of the lane. I was like, man, Stripe, he could be up there getting that slow push started, or just in top lane. I think teleport was
Look
up
at this
too.
mini map, guys.
Holy man.
Yeah, Sharkbait's ward control. No Baron sneaks happening for the next 3 minutes.
Wow,
Holy shit.
Is it?
That's a
Are they
lot
trying
of
to do
sight.
art with this? What is the? Is this the?
It's beautiful, that's for sure.
It is, yeah.
And Manlore's
Wow.
a little far from his team. He's gonna
Oh, that
get
was a
chunked
lot of
out
damage.
there. And he's gonna pull off the Alistair bait, I hope. Where Alistair gets chunked out and then still ults and can't be killed.
No, he's gonna go back, leaving them a man down for at least a couple, like 10 to 20 seconds here. but Lucian gonna blow his ult.
Call. I don't think that was necessary with the way Salt Shaker was positioned.
Probably not, but
there are huge waves coming in opposite directions in these side lanes, so I wouldn't be surprised to see both teams just back out of this to go reset those lanes.
Oh, Lissandra was on the side there ready to go, but that was warded, and Gresh even went for the hook over the wall. Still, everyone's still hanging around in mid, and we got Malphite and Mr. Rudy going around the side here. And they might catch Lucian. Oh, man. Oh, no, but everyone's actually going to back out. That could have been explosive.
Yeah. I think Soulshaker, if they want to keep winning these fights, they have to focus on Hibs. A self-cast for Viverette would disrupt the team fight so much.
Yeah, it's always really, really hard to focus down on Lissandra, because, I mean, she already has a Zonia, so she's got 2 ways to make herself invulnerable for way too fucking long in a team fight.
So over the course of that last 90 seconds or so of rotations, Soulshaker lost a lot of the economy in top lane, whereas Sharkbait was able to pick up all of the farm coming in bot lane.
Holy fuck wards.
Jesus. These teams. I don't know.
This is why they're 1 and 2, dude. The site.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a lot of wards. But what are these wards being used for right now? Just flanks? They're just sort of dicking around in the mid and they just have their flanks warded. I would like to see some more T-ports in the jungle so they can actually siege.
Yeah, the rotation game isn't very strong right now. It's literally an ARM.
They're just going back and forth in the mid lane.
Wait, if you agree to only be in that one area, it's the only place you got a ward.
That's true.
We do have the red trinkets coming out trying to.
Yeah, they're just trying to mind game each other right now. Soulshaker maybe looking for a Baron bait here?
Oh.
And Madam Strip gets knocked up, Madam Strip gets blown up, and now Dubdrum is knocked up. Dubdrum splits the fight, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Mr. Splitter going crazy on this fight. Double kill for him, and now Manlord the Miracle slowed down. He's going to give his life with a knockup to try to slow this fight down.
And flashes.
And wow.
That was a lot lost. And surprisingly, that only evens up the goal, but now they're going to go to Baron.
Yep. Yeah, 17 seconds on Dubdrum, so no jungler going to be here. Let's see how fast they can do this Baron. Should be pretty fast with Vi.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Who's going to go stop it, Alistair?
Hey,
dude,
they call him Man Lord
in the LCS, we've seen some ridiculous Baron steals.
True. Double it up. And the, oh, they didn't actually kill Scuttle. I always laugh when someone takes Scuttle immediately after getting the objective right next to it. Stripe just gonna get a bunch of farm on top lane. Yeah, everyone clearing out the lanes, getting them pushing backwards.
So now that we're moving into the 30-minute mark of this game, Soulshaker, they got the Baron. It's, I mean, 1,000 gold lead. It's pretty negligible at this point. How do these teams scale into the late game?
Well, obviously for the next couple of minutes, Baron's going to be helping Soulshaker a shit ton, depending on how they use it. But maybe they'll just go back to Aram and say, fuck it, who needs, all this split pushing advantage. But luckily, it does look like Malphite's the bottom, making use of that, so. And his teleport is up, as is Stripe's, though.
And Stripe is coming in. He's zoning everyone up, and Sharkbait's actually giving up on this dragon. They want the fight, but On the Hunt is going to disengage, and now maybe re-engage this fight. Fashion Splitter comes down, and Shiver takes the dragon hold. But Scotch out with a great unstoppable force. Sharkbait are getting destroyed in this team fight. Kaihosen and Manlord the Miracle going at it for the first kill of this fight. And is everyone else on Sharkbait going to just walk out again?
No, Viverette's gone, and Stripe came back.
Stripe, my friend, you did not need to turn there. That was very dangerous of you. And somehow only a 0 for 2. And I was just going to say, how do these teams scale in the late game? If they split push and play rotation, I think Sharkbait outscales because of the Shyvana. But in a 5v5, Malphite, Vi, Sivir, Lulu, and this game just seems like Sharkbait not really recognizing.
So that Dragon Steal, I'm almost positive, was because both junglers smited early, and Sivir just happened to get it with a bouncing blade, probably, is my assumption.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was a little overzealous on Sharkbait with that TP in there, and Vivorite used the E in, and the Civaralts on the hunt, they were totally gone, right? And they're like, okay, that's fine, we'll go do the dragon. But on the hunt's still going, and
Yeah.
Soul Shaker hasn't used any of their ultimates yet.
Oh no, Dub Drum. So,
Man, Soul
And
Shaker,
it's
they're getting
happening
cheeky
again.
today.
Dump Drum goes down.
so that's the second Death Push TM we've seen so far. And they've never had to wait long, and both have been super successful. So even though the kills are looking really bad right now, it's still only about a 3.5 gold lead.
Yeah,
I mean, this game's definitely not over.
Absolutely.
I mean, Swift, you were saying you think that Sharkbait skills were better?
If they split push, just stop 5v5ing. Look at all those major team fight ultimates on Soul Shaker, which, by the way, they've also won every team fight for 15 minutes straight.
I don't know. Has Sharkbait ever not team fought?
That's no, Manastripe has not started up a split push yet this
Not
game.
even once.
He left, both top laners left that top lane really early on in the game.
I wasn't even talking about this game. I mean, every game, I'm pretty sure Sharkbait fights always.
Oh yeah.
They've normally had better fight comps, though. The Shyvana's
Right.
normally been in the jungle, where she is more of a fighter, and Dub Drum has done some, like, light split pushing.
I don't like that Malphite's backing right now. He could have pushed that way farther.
He does have a home guard teleport available, which I think is what he's looking for here.
Oh,
But
Man,
Manlord
teleport.
getting chunked up, he's played, but here comes Scotchanaut with the teleport. This is going to be bad for Sharkbait, because Scotchanaut and Hibbs is knocked up under his tower. Master Splinter's on a rampage with the first kill of the fight. A double kill for Master Splinter. A kill for Kindhosen. And Scotchanaut is... Okay, now Scotchanaut's done. And this is very likely going to be a second inhibitor of the game.
Yeah, just we're getting too hypey, man. He's going in trying to start a fight when he doesn't need to. It was way out of tower range. They just needed to defend the tower. They have Gragasol, they have Alistar. Just fight under your own tower.
So
All I'm saying is miracles don't happen when you respect the enemy's damage. And we actually get GG's called here. We've got 10 seconds on Hibbs and Strip. This could be an end for Team Soul Shaker.
Yeah. This looks like
these towers get destroyed. Manlord going with the flash knock. I'm trying to do anything he can to buy time here. Here come the respawn. Can they get in time? It does not look like it. Vivorite going in. It's not enough. And that was... Wow. It felt like it was over very fast.
Yeah, that turned from even to, like, game over pretty quick.
That's just the story of that game to me is, why did you keep team fighting? No one was going to 1v1 that Shyvana. You can't be so scared of your team holding a lane that you always group, regardless of what the strengths of your comp are.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. He had a big gold lead over Malphite, and like you said, there's no one you could bring up there to 1v1 the Shyvana.
Alright, so we should pull some people up here.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking Scotchanaut for his awesome teleports all game.
Yeah.
Yes, Scotchanaut's ults were always high impact.
I don't know, someone else. They all played real well.
Scotch and Splinter.
Babies.
Okay, Scotch and Babies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my support boner, dude. Like he.
I know, that's fine. That's
Okay.
Alright.
I gotta talk about some of these plays, man. They were so good.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Welcome, gentlemen, to the TriCast booth.
Oh, God.
And congratulations on your 2-game lead to secure first place.
Did
Thank
you
you.
drag me up here just to talk about me shitting the bed and laning phase, or?
Yeah. We brought you up here to shit talk you. How do you feel?
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I kind of felt, because Stripe was shit talking me all week, and I was like, well, I'm going to get camped and not have
Well,
any fun.
all you gotta tell Stripe is, you at least understand your champion's win conditions, and he clearly had no idea of his own.
I mean, yeah, it's the nice thing about the team is everybody's on the same page about what the roles are and what we're doing.
So, Scotch, I got two questions, or I guess one question, one statement for you. The first question being, was that you or Splinter's called the inlane gank every time?
That was... I just said, we got two scenarios. Either you guys got to get stuff done elsewhere, and she's going to be a problem, or you can come top and we can try and kill her. And Splinter decided to come top, and 1 for 2 ain't bad. 50% of the time works every time.
Yeah, because the river was warded, there was no way he was getting in, not being seen. So those in lanes were perfect each time. And secondly, your teleports were on fucking point all game. They were always either right in the middle of a fight, as you had home guard already ready to go, or they were way behind him, sandwiching him. So whoever made the calls or set those up, good job.
Yeah, that's not me. That's the team. We talk about what objective we want to get 2 minutes ahead of time, and we ward, and then we talk about it as a team. Where am I going to be coming in from? What's the target? We get down to who's Vise ulting and who's Malphite ulting, and what the shit Thresh is peeling and all that stuff. So it's just good communication. It's not me by any means. I'm not that good. It's just good communication.
Solid. Swift, 30?
Yeah, so babies on the Thresh, I gotta say you played pretty well this game. There were some big Thresh plays. Lantern coming in through mid lane just to get the Lantern to save your teammate, and then the Tribush when you hooked Shyvana and went in and flayed her ult back. Do you just see these plays happening in your mind, or you just smash the buttons?
Well, that Lantern on Mitch, he was like, "Oh, nice shield," and I was yelling at him to click the thing.
We were all yelling.
Yeah, it was a little delayed. Why he didn't grab it right away?
No, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a nice shield." Oh, wait, I can click this. And the hook, it was just a coincidence that I played him out of his ult, but that was a nice re-engage on them.
Do you play a lot of Thresh? Were you practicing him up to try to pick him in SBL?
Well, I figured Leona would eventually get picked or banned from me, so I had to pick someone else.
Okay.
But he's always been in my back pocket, I guess.
So next week, you guys are currently 6-0. Next week, you play WCF. And I hate to draw these comparisons because Master Splinter is the only player between the two teams, last split and this split. But obviously, when you have one of the diamond players on your team, that kind of happens. Master Splinter's team last season started 7-0. You guys are playing the winless WCF next week. Are you going to be the second team in a row to start 7-0?
Nah, we'll tank it. Just to avoid that.
You know what's funny is I think Splinter's more excited about playing the gauntlet at the end of the season than ending up number 1. Because he just said again tonight, have we secured a spot in playoffs? We were going to lose this game on purpose.
Well, there you have it, folks. Team Salt Shaker's going to lose next week. Get on Unicorn and drop some money ASAP.
Oh, yeah, I did.
But I think that's going to just about do it here. So we will be back as usual next week with week 7 out of 10. So thank you everyone for watching, despite all of the issues we had with that game 3. We'll hopefully be a little improved for next week. As always, you'll find us here on twitch.tv/DwayneBL. We'll be spamming your Facebooks. Happy you are going to be losing next week. So, from myself, and 30, and Tree, and the rest of the live broadcast crew,
That's
good
me.
night.